Welcome to the Samurai's Guide to Work-Life Mastery, where ancient wisdom meets modern productivity. This show blends timeless Japanese philosophies with practical tools to help you create balance, purpose, and harmony in your work and life. Each season, we explore one of Steve Beauchamp's transformative books, uncovering actionable strategies and insights to help you thrive. This season, we're exploring Always Improving, Lessons from the Samurai, a guide designed to take you on a journey into the principles of Bushido, offering practical strategies for navigating modern challenges with discipline, purpose, and harmony. Steve Beauchamp is a Lean Six Sigma Master Black Belt, project management expert, and lifelong student of Japanese culture. As an author, speaker, and coach, he is dedicated to helping leaders and professionals achieve work-life harmony through continuous improvement in the wisdom of Bushido. So you're in the right place whether you're looking to find balance, spark your creativity, or lead with purpose. Get ready to embark on a journey toward mastery, one principle at a time.
Well, welcome to episode 6. And, we are about 2/3 of the way through our season. So, well done if you've made it this far and you've stuck with me the whole time. Today, in this episode, we're going to talk about the core values that we have and how those connect to the Bushido Code. And I'm also going to talk a little bit about how mentoring and mentorship connect with being able to help us get further, faster when it comes to really living out our core values. I don't think we talk about this enough in terms of understanding how to live our core values. At least nobody really taught me how to do that. And it wasn't until, probably 3 or 4-ish years ago where I really kind of took the time to dig into what does my core values really say about me, and how can I live those more authentically out in the world. And so I want to talk a little bit about where you can go to learn a little bit more about your core values. So if you go to a website link, so it's my name, so Steve Beauchamp .pro.viasurvey.org. Okay. If you've bought my book, it's actually in the book, the link to what I just said. The really great part about this survey, and by the way, I don't make any money if you go to that website, by the way, that's just there for you. This particular survey, so VIA stands for Values in Action, and it's a character strength survey that really helps you get to the core of who you are, right? So it's all about understanding what your core values are, and there's 24 different ones that they have, if I remember correctly. And you can get these results, just by going through this survey. It takes about 10 or 15 minutes. But what the interesting thing is about the results of the survey is the top 10 that show up for you are typically the most prominent ones that you can see happening in real time around you if you take the time to stop and look and listen. I think getting some visibility into those is really enlightening because it can help you understand better how to live the 8 virtues of the Bushido Code. A lot of times we look at it and we think, well, these are great ideals and these are great things that, these men 400, 600, however many years ago were practicing. But how does that actually connect to the world that I'm currently living in? And I think when you take the time to stop and consider where some of those connection points are, you find that we're not that different from the way things used to be hundreds of years ago. I think we're all people. We all deal with similar things. And when we can learn how to take the core values that are who we are and learn how to leverage those with the 8 virtues, I think that's where we start seeing some pretty significant changes in the world that we live in. Now, is that going to change big, huge worldwide problems? Maybe not. It all depends on, I think, how much influence you actually have. But at the end of the day, the most important world you live in are the people closest to you, right? And so I like to think about it in terms of, okay, how do my core values connect with, the 8 virtues? I've actually taken the time to go through all of the different character strengths / core values, connect them to each of the virtues of the Bushido Code. And when you go through each chapter of the book, it breaks it down for you so that wherever your core values show up, you can then connect the dots to the code itself, and then learn how you can, live more, in harmony with yourself and the world around you. Largely, the Bushido Code is really, I think, it's a really great recipe for living with harmony. And, oftentimes I think we struggle to make those connections because, maybe we don't spend enough time practicing how to make those connections, which is where the mentoring piece comes in, right? So now, you probably have mentors or coaches in your life that you can lean on and you can talk to. If you don't have anybody like that, feel free to reach out to me. But at the end of the day, having somebody help guide you through this can be really valuable because you may not see things that other people see. Additionally, it can collapse time when you're working with a mentor who can, help you navigate through, maybe a similar situation that they've been through. I like to think of mentors kind of like mountain guides, right? Like they typically know the path and the way to the summit, and really you just need to follow in their footsteps. Now they're not going to carry you to the summit, right? But they're going to show you how to get there safely. And I think mentors do that for their mentees, right? Like they know where some of the pitfalls may be or where some of the mistakes can lead you. Sometimes it's okay to make your own mistakes. Sometimes it's great to learn from somebody else so you don't make the same ones. But the thing that is really valuable, I think, of having a mentor in your life is that it can actually help you improve your own understanding of particular subjects too, right? Because it's a great sounding board to just talk through things in an unbiased kind of way. You know how like sometimes you try to have a conversation with your family and they mean well, but some of them maybe don't have any understanding of what you're even talking about. So it's hard to have those conversations. And so, I think taking the time to go through the survey was one of the best things that I ever did. And it was actually when I was in my Ikigai certification course to become an Ikigai coach that I actually really started digging into what that meant and how that could show up in my life. And effectively taking the time to do that led me to write my books and record this podcast and, have the opportunity to speak on stages, to be able to talk about the things I write about, which, it's interesting where life leads you when you lean into it. And so I just want to encourage you that if you've not taken the time to stop understand your core values and understand how they connect to the world around you, I would highly recommend you do that. And then once you've done that, start thinking about how that connects to the 8 virtues of the Bushido Code and how you can even leverage that even more, and so that you can start showing up in a much more harmonious and meaningful way for the people that are around you. And when you think about the idea from a few episodes ago where we talked about Kaizen and really leaning into wanting to improve yourself for the benefit of others, this is right in line with that. I mean, it is absolutely giving you information and directionality on how you can improve, right? So, with that, I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I hope you join me on the next one. We're on the home stretch now. We just have a few more episodes in this season, and I can't wait to share what I have coming. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of the Samurai's Guide to Work-Life Mastery. We hope today's insights inspire you to take one more step toward harmony, growth, and purpose in your life. This episode was brought to you by Always Improving. Lessons from the Samurai. If you'd like to dive deeper into the ideas discussed today, you can grab your copy of the book through the link in the show notes. While you're there, don't forget to check out Steve's website for additional resources and tools to help you on your journey. You can also subscribe to the newsletter for exclusive tips, updates, and content to keep your growth on track. As a thank you for joining the newsletter, you will get a free copy of Steve's book, The Path to Harmony, Practical Steps to Finding Purpose and Meaning in Your Work. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the show, leave a review, and share this episode with someone who's ready to master the art of work-life harmony.